Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Akitaro Timmy. I'm a wedding photographer, and before I start with this video, I would like to reiterate some things. Why I really love my job of photography in general is because uh, images are subject to interpretation by whoever is looking at it. So before I continue with this, I would like you to know that my method or my means may not be fine by some people, but it's what I like. Okay, is what works for me. Is the result that I like to get. So you see a lot of shadows, a lot of contrast in my pictures. I like the dramatic effect. Now I'm just going to show you how I'm able to take portraits from a seemingly boring place. This is an office building, which is concrete wall, and the first thing I look around for is light. When people say light, it sounds very annoying because light is everywhere. But when it comes to light, it's about the quality and the quantity of the light. Now, the light right here for this shot, this particular shot here, is evenly spread, so there's nothing dramatic about this. So I'm starting with that before I move to something dramatic, so you have an idea of what I'm talking about. So here we have the model leaning on the wall, just a concrete wall, like I said. And I start with the baby steps. So usually the first few shots are like a warm up, nothing too serious, nothing too fancy. And I like the texture on the wall as well, so that is that for that. And then from there, we move to where we have more dramatic light. Now here you can tell from the video that there is a light patch hitting the side of the office building compared to the other side, right? So I know the videographer did not adjust his well, it's not a videographer, it's just my friend holding my camera, but he didn't adjust his the settings well, so he's kind of overexposed, but in a way it's kind of good. That way you see like the splash of light right on there. So remember earlier on I spoke about the quality and quantity? Good. Now, I like the quality of this light. It may be harsh, yeah, but for me, it is good enough because it gives me that dramatic feel that I want. I just don't want something very typical, All I have to do in most cases is just pull back the shadows in my post-production, and I'm good. So I walk around my frame, which I do a lot, and I try to get different angles while I'm shooting. That's me bending down, one of my favorites, and then adjusting accordingly. Yeah, so don't forget, light, the quality and the quantity of light is very important when you're shooting in places. So it's not until the place is like a beautiful well lit or a beautiful arena or whatever, that you can shoot there. This is, like I said, just an office building. It can't be any more random, okay, than this. So I look out for good light, quality and quantity. I look out for texture. I look out for things that I can work with as well, that can help me in my composition, in my framing. Now, one important thing that you have to consider when you're shooting stuff like this as well is the choice of lens. The choice of lens is very, very important. Here I'm currently shooting with the f56mm, which on a full frame is an 85mm. Now it's 56 because I'm shooting with a crop frame sensor. I'm shooting with the Fujifilm right now, yeah, and I'm recording this with the Sony. But this is 56, popularly, well, not popularly known as 85, but on a full frame it's an 85. So it's a portrait lens, it's a telephoto lens, so it helps with depth of field and compression, at least to an extent. So I'm not trying to add so many things in the background. So I'm keeping the concentration on the subject, right? Yes, people make that mistake a lot. They want to go for a portrait session and they go with a wide lens. Anyway, this is actually nothing wrong with the wide lens. It depends on what you want to do. So this is me finding something else that I want to work with. There's a tree. Now, some things I hate to admit, okay, it may work, it may not work, but it doesn't stop you from trying. Okay, so I want you guys to know that photographers put out their best work doesn't mean that we don't shoot nonsense. This, I don't think, is nonsense. I like this, with the tree, but some people may not want to shoot by the tree. I like to use things in my surroundings to add to my shots. I don't know, it's just the way I like my images. I just feel like I don't read so much in the picture if it's just the subject. I don't know, except there's like a lot of movement with the hand, with the face, with the something interesting. If not, then it's just bland to me. Okay, so here I am working with the tree around, working with the tree at the location. Good. And then posing accordingly as well. Think I was done with this, and then I moved to the next place. Yes, good. See, this is me working with what I have around me. That's why I don't really like shooting at like parks or like, empty spaces, because it can get really boring. Yeah. So she's on a slab on the street, or across the street, I don't even know now. Just on the slab, yeah. And I'm trying to make sure that I don't have like trees or like poles coming out of her head, because I really don't like that thing. But that is why you have a telephoto lens, right? Because there's like space behind her. I'm able to an extent, blur out the background and keep the focus on her, on the subject. So the choice of lens is absolutely important. You can use a 35. I shoot primes, by the way, if you don't know. I don't have any zoom. I don't want any zoom. Zooms are nice, but I don't know, the image quality I get with primes are just fantastic, and they don't make you lazy. They just make you literally walk, right? Instead of zooming, walk for it as opposed to working for it. So I shoot 35, 85, 50, 27, 24 when required. Yeah. So if you don't have an 85 and you have like a 105, that's also a fantastic portrait lens, a 135 as well, but that's just cutting it too close. So for me, 85 is fantastic because, I always have space most of the time. So I'm just working the pose. Posing is something that I had to learn because it is very, very important in a session like this. How your model or your subject looks like has to be aesthetically pleasing, so how you control the hands, the legs, the face, everything works. Now I left this because she's smiling, and normally I'll come with music, but it was a very quiet day, so I didn't want to bring a lot of attention to us. So I used my sense of humor to crack one or two jokes. There's a high chance it's like a dead joke initially, but I just want a reaction. I came a little close and I really, really like this shot. And the quality of light is still good. It's just evenly spread. It's not dramatic, right? So in this video, you've seen what you can get with quality and quantity of light. Oh, I like that, because it shows me telling her that the light's coming from that direction. So I want to put her back in there. But then again, I don't want to get the same result as I got the last time because she was leaning on the same wall. So now I'm just going to work with her face. The first thing that attracted me to her as a model is her hair. I just think her hair is just lovely, and you don't see that often. So this is me telling her, I want to work with your hair, right? So I want you to lean, right? Get the hip out good, and then just play with your hair. It's really that simple. And I'm working my composition. I just love the way the light hits her. It is sunlight, guys. It's nothing spectacular. I just often always see people just comment and be like, yo, what light did you use? What light did you use? It's all about understanding the light, knowing what time to come out, and to shoot accordingly. So yeah, this is me working it out. So like I said in the beginning, you may see shadows in there, you may see a little bit of dark or whatever, it is all subject to interpretation. But for me, I love dramatic shots. I don't really like portraits like indoors because it's just evenly spread light, but this is my type of shot and it works for me. So yeah, this is me making the most out of a seemingly boring location. I look out for light, I look out for texture, I make sure I pose the model accordingly, and I use the right lens. Yeah. So thank you for watching, and ask any questions in the comment section if you have, and I will be eager to answer you. Take care.